I explained to him because I should have a larger repertoire of tricks, let's call it, plans.
In 5 minutes, back to your point, he was making plays, other kind of players. Some people, and Joey is the same way. He plays so much 5 minutes that he's very good not only playing, this kind of forward tactical thing, but he does it very fast. That puts a lot of pressure on people that aren't used to that control. But then you slow the game down, like you were saying in the other game, and all of a sudden, like you can count, you can see what he's trying to do and stuff. But in the 5 minutes, it's much more difficult. Just because he can put, moves, his way, his thinking, or he just goes. 5 minutes is not much time, right? I mean, if your opponent's putting pressure on you, you're either going to have to play fast, that means you're going to most likely lose longer, or you're just going to lose on time if you take some time. So that makes sense. Oh, on the street? The outside.
These guys literally go game. These guys
are they like the kind of like the hustlers?
No money.
Yeah, just for fun.
It's a lot like that with the
oh yeah, where she goes on the
There's a bunch of people playing.
Yeah, okay.
No hustle involved.
Yeah.
Not like when
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't mean to sound for money.
But when I'm having trouble gearing up my response, I thought, well, maybe I'm passing over. talk about competition. As long as I can compete,
Yeah.
because I just feel like there are the opportunities, but if the position gets too straightforward,
Yeah.
now I'm in trouble. If I've given up a line, you want it to still have dynamism.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's what part of the magic comes from. I'm searching for all kinds of stuff, and if he sees them, okay, he wins. But if he doesn't see any of them, then I do fine, right?
Right.
Which one?
Oh, this is like,
Funny, I should know these lyrics about these songs, but I don't know these songs. They're treated just like
Yeah.
it's like
yeah.
all I'm doing is this to it.
Yeah,
What
right.
everybody's saying. It could be another language.
Yeah, unless it's a song that I remember growing up and I sang it.
What do you think of the World Championship match so far?
Well, I've only been looking, I looked at the Norse channel for the highlights, so I haven't been following it too closely, but so far, yeah, a little bit surprised with King more than anyone. You know, I think, yeah, I really don't know what's going on. This country's just pretty young, and everyone's saying it's much higher level than it is. Douglas says that he's a great fascinator, but so, you know, he's not like the perfect player. He's got weaknesses. It's going to be up to Dane to end it there. What's your prediction of what
So much depends on mental fatigue.
Yeah, there's something.
But how that affects players. Some players,
And pressure.
even if they're mentally weak in the match, sometimes there's a point in the match where they just, it's like, we've all faced it where you just, somehow you just can't concentrate properly. You can't, simple moves, you're done. You know,
And then the pressure part of it is so young. I mean, he's great. He's done very well, but he's never been in this situation. So is he going to be, is he going to crack? Is he going to be, you know, the calm and collected to catch that just like they live together? I'll watch him. He's playing smaller than just
high level.
can he do that for this many? You know, this marathon, I mean, this is like not really simple.
Top level, especially after that's even which is end up with that allows creative output. The championship match with slow time control is much more difficult. But we still the kinds of mistakes, little mistakes that can occur will determine the game. And in both of these wins, the mistake was not that big of a mistake, but it was a pretty bad mistake for the people at their level. Peter Banks' comment, Caro's comment, and those guys who get saved. How could they have done that move in this position? But it's the pressure of the moment play. So they could draw a bunch of games in a row, or they could have, but they also have to be searching it out, because you saw it two games not about today where there was no attempt to make it more complicated. They were playing straightforwardly. If the other guy didn't make a mistake, to give them an advantage. They got it right down track.
The third game with the week with the night in the middle, it was equal, like almost symmetric position. And same amount, same piece of the board is heading towards the bottom. So clearly nothing. Yeah, there was just a dry kind of a straightforward. And then, like no one wanted to make and sometimes it takes so long. But so pros and problems.
Your pawns against knight and one pawn. And it's draw. And then the guy's sitting there and says, if he just went to the same knight's square he's done right 5 times, instead he goes to the other knight's square because he thinks it's the same, and it's not.
Yeah.
How do you have to accept that people?
Yeah, I guess the become also. That is also fun. You almost sometimes play a little more restrained because you know, like if you make a mistake in the game, that makes you maybe play a little bit too carefully or not as accurately. But anyway, what do you think about the whole? I mean, Magnus made the point. I'm sorry, not Magnus. Gary Kasparov said this isn't really a world championship. It's just the FIDE title that they're playing because you don't really have the 2 best players. But since Magnus stepped away, obviously he's still the #1 player in the world. He's not representing, not being part of the world championship. It's not really, it's kind of meaningless almost. Not meaningless, but like it doesn't have the. He said it's basically ended with Magnus. From Stannis to Magnus, that was a world champion. Now it's not really a world champion.
Well, because the fatigue, even if you the champion is seen into the final, the fatigue of preparing is what got Magnus. I think Magnus likes to play the championship, no matter how he says it. But I think he doesn't like just the preparation. It's very preparation that he has to do for this.
Which sort of has to do with the format as well, right? It's a little bit tied to the format, which is kind of what
You could make Magnus happen. You could force the player to go to an island of play with no ability to get into a computer. He'd be happy as a clam. This is preparation. Give 2 weeks to prepare to do whatever you do. And you go out and play. Because now everybody can have their seconds for themselves. If there's any problem in it,
you need a whole team to do it.
fix it by using the computer. That doesn't even have to
Oh, that's fine.
No, they just have to do the. That's why they just use the computer to do the preparation and investigate it. They use the computer as a tool, but you just have people that use the tool to help them.
No, we can't do that.
You do have a library of how many books? Oh wow. Okay, so you had most of those as a younger player, forever.
What you would do is you have all these different lines.
God, I still can't do it.
Yourself because
Well, you could have taken
you say, well, what if you do that?
I hate French defense actually. I hate speed chess. Okay. Maybe we should play 5+5 or 1+5.
Hey guys, this is Tom. Well, this was a nice game between Sam and Sai, and kind of a roller coaster game. At first, it seemed like White was doing quite well in the middle game, and just missed a couple of opportunities, and Black was able to get back, and actually, at the end of towards the end of the game, was winning because Sai dropped the rook, but ended up losing because of time trouble. So very topsy-turvy game. But let's look at some of the action, I think from, I would say about move 22. And here, so we have this knight jump, which computer doesn't like, but I think it's fine. But here, Sam plays the move rook e8. And here, Sai, instead of trying to double rooks, on the d file, he really needed to just push this pawn to d6. And here, Black pretty much has to take, otherwise he's going to be worse. So we'll take, and then the knight takes. And here, as you can see, the knight's hitting the rook. It's also hitting the b pawn. But in addition to that, there's some queen c4 checks and potentially the knight jumping in here with some forks and so on. So you have to be really careful in this position. And so Black would likely continue with like rook f8, try to stop this. And then this pawn's already up for grabs. And also White can play move like b3 to give his king some luft, and also maybe anchor in this knight if it wants to go back to like d4. And so this would have been the best way to continue for white. Now, this didn't happen, and we got rook to d2. Then this pawn was pushed, takes, and knight goes back. And here we have queen f2. So yeah, so Sam was of course angling for this discovery. Bishop takes with check, and then the queen would be hanging. Of course, Sai saw this right away, so he played queen g3. Then we get rook e3, and here Sai plays a3, giving the king some breathing air. But he forgot that this pawn is actually the same tactic exists, because black can just take this rook, and of course this is untouchable because of the same idea. The queen would be hanging after the check. After he captures, we take back. So he couldn't take that pawn, and so he played queen g4. And here, yeah, Sam should have just pushed like h6, and then he would give his bishop some escape square. Instead, he went bishop g6, and then here h5 by white makes so we get check, exchange the rooks, and here basically the blunder happened. Black played bishop e4, and then Sai just didn't, he just didn't play too quickly, or didn't see it, and played knight c3, and the rook is lost. And here from this game, it's like -6, but Sam was pretty low on time at this point in the game, and he really needed to play quickly and accurately to be able to finish this game. And as you'll see, Sai didn't make this easy on him. He kept the queen on the board and kept creating threats. Here we get to move h6, right? Because I want to put pressure on the g7 pawn. And yeah, so we get a check here. The king goes there, and here, it wasn't really necessary to do that, but you could just go for c6 here, or just come back with the rook. That would be the best thing. Now, the other thing I want to point out, after h6, one of the best ways to finish a game when you're up a piece is just try to exchange the heavy pieces, right? So a queen trade here would have been really good. So I think a move like queen f6 or queen g6 would have been pretty good. Now, there is another move that requires some calculation, but it's actually, you can just take this pawn. And of course, white doesn't want to take with the queen, because then if we trade queens, then the rook against the knight is a huge advantage. This is +7 for black. So this is not the endgame he wants to get into. But let's say he took it with a knight. Is that possible? Well, it's not possible either, because for many reasons. First of all, you could probably just go rook here, and again, you'd have to block with the queen. You don't want to do that, so you'd have to play here, and then you can just play c6, and then this knight's going to be lost. But even a nicer move here is if you take this, if you take it with a knight, you can just check with the queen. And of course, again, like we mentioned, we don't want to trade queens, because this would just be rook against knight, which is just game over pretty much. So white would have to go here, and then we get this nice move, queen c4 check. If you go and block with the pawn, then it's mate in 2 here, so you can't do that. So then you have to basically go back to b1, maybe a1, and here rook e8 is devastating, because now you're forced to go with the queen, and after it takes, you're up a queen, and an easy victory for black. So there was many ways to play this position, but this didn't happen. So Sam went for rook e8, rook e1 check, and then king goes there, and here he pushed the pawn, which is fine still. Now we get a check, the rook comes back, queen goes back, of course, and then a nice move by Sam tries to trade off the queens, which is really what you should be doing here. Now Sai goes back, and then you get rook d8. Now the tricky move, of course, Sai goes for eyeing this checkmate. This is like a last chance, basically, right? And here you got to be really careful, but Sam was already very low on time, so he saw that he's got two pieces on this, and he can take this pawn, and so he went for this. And here Sai makes a a blunder basically, because this block just doesn't work. You can just simply take with check, and if you recapture, no matter how you recapture with a pawn or the king, the queen is hanging. Unfortunately, he was down to seconds at this point, and he just wanted to play quickly. He drops the bishop, and then queen delivers checkmate on g2. So very nice finish by Sai. Now it was a kind of a sloppy end, but when you're playing these rapid and blitz time controls and you see that your opponent is really low on time, it really doesn't matter, because you're going to win on time unless you're going to get checkmated in a move or something. But you can afford not to make best moves and just basically play quickly. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.